What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube and, of course, Twitch TV, where we are currently streaming tonight. And a little thing I like to call Boogie Nights tonight. We're going to talk about video games and only video games. And just so you guys know, we're only allowed to talk about gaming and video games tonight because we are broadcasting live on Twitch. Currently 371 people in the channel. And we're going to talk about a lot of different stuff. I got some things planned for you. I want to talk about the first patches for both Xbox One and PlayStation 4. I want to talk about the sales of the new consoles. I want to talk about the videos that I've created this week. And, of course, I want to talk about what you're playing, what I'm playing, and eventually we're going to answer some questions as we go. But as we were loading this up, somebody asked in chat, should they get a PlayStation Vita? And that question is, in my honest opinion, yes and no. Do you have one of these? Well, I really think the 3DS is amazing. And I really like it and the games that they come up with. So if you're a Nintendo fan, I highly recommend you get a 3DS. If you have a PlayStation 4, absolutely you should look into getting a Vita. Not only does it pair with the device, not only does it give you remote play, not only does it give you remote play over the internet so you can play in your favorite hotel room when you go to visit family while you're at lunch break at work. On top of that awesome feature, the number of games that they give away are ridiculous. I have picked up games for as cheap as $5 and $10 here and there with discounts, and every month they seem to give away more and more and more free games with your PlayStation Plus. Some of the games that are on there are phenomenal. For example, I just picked up Spelunky recently, and I'm looking forward to picking up Tearaway. And of course, Spelunky is also on PC, so a lot of people are like, why don't you play it on PC? Well, I have played it on PC. I really do prefer it on the Vita. The Vita is a wonderful, wonderful system, and they're practically giving it away at about $200. The resolution of the screen is very good. I wish the screen was bigger because I'm used to this much larger screen, as you guys know, and then of course you have two screens, so the information is spread across the two screens. I find if I'm not in a dark room, because of my poor eyesight, I have a lot of trouble focusing on the Vita screen for a period of time, but no one else I know has that problem. So absolutely. Somebody says $200 is giving it away. I don't have $2 to my name. When I say that, of course, it's not giving it away. A lot of us don't have a lot of money, and especially with the Christmas season upon us, there's so many gifts that we have to buy. But $200 is a very inexpensive price for such an incredible piece of hardware. It's more what I mean to say. And of course, you could always just rob the place. I guess you could go in guns blazing, start throwing old broken Xboxes at their head and grab them. But yeah, $200 is definitely worth the value if you can afford the value, which of course obviously not everybody can. And if you can pick up one of the older models that have the OLED screen, I think it's a lot prettier. But I think the new screen is very good too, from what I've got to experience with it. The 3DS is also a phenomenal piece of hardware. And not only does it have the built-in pedometer, which I keep it in my pocket almost exclusively so I can count all 200 steps I take in an average day. And not only do you get plate coins, and not only is there Street Pass, there's a lot of really cool features available for the 3DS as well. And the games are pretty phenomenal. New Zelda just came out. Basically, whichever handheld you choose, you can't choose a bad one right now. Unless like you buy a Game Gear or something. Or I don't know, is there a bad handheld out there? I don't think there is right now. The topic I wanted to start tonight's show with is microtransactions. Sony, what are you doing to us now? Gran Turismo comes out tomorrow, or is it this week? I think it's this week, comes out on PlayStation 3. And it too has microtransactions. Now we know we have all been very upset about Gran Turismo. A lot of us have been. And Gran Turismo, I believe, is a bad example. A bad, good example of why microtransactions are bad. Because it would take 500 some hours in order to acquire all of the cars driving, just 400 to 500 hours just by driving to get those cars, if you don't do an XP boost and if you don't buy credits individually. Gran Turismo also has microtransactions. 1,000,000 credits for $10 is the current pricing structure. And since the game is not currently out, and all the information we have right now is on review builds, we cannot say for certain what the pricing structure on the higher end cars are. Now, Sony did come out today to say that 10 of the highest end cars can be bought for only 1,000,000 credits. So for $10, you can buy, I think it was six, I think it was 6, maybe it was 10, but 6 of the highest end cars. And then I guess tweak them out using your own credits or however it works. But one of the news sites that has a review copy has said that one of the cars could run you as much as $120 in credits to get that particular car. And that is mind-boggling because we were all just very upset to hear. Now, that's a review copy, and I don't know if that's going to end up being the case. And if that turns out to be the case, I just have to absolutely say that's some bullshit. That is some complete and utter bullshit. And I don't even understand the point of that. I don't. Like, why not just go ahead and make that car $10? Why not just allow us to just, if you're going to outright sell me the car. Now, several people... Today, Yoshida said on his Twitter account, he said that microtransactions are not inherently bad. It depends on how they are implemented in the game. And the way that I believe that Gran Turismo will implement them in the game is that it's not going to be that bad, okay? Whereas in Gran Turismo, the game is impossibly long for you to actually earn every car, leaving you and encouraging you to buy microtransactions. I am hoping that is not the case with the new Gran Turismo game. We're going to have to wait and see. But with that said, if it does turn out to be very difficult to acquire all of the cars without paying for, thank you for reminding me about my collar. I forgot to check it when I turned on the camera. If it does become impossible to buy those vehicles other than through microtransactions, shame on you. Shame on you. And, I got to tell you something. It's funny because I talked to both Sid Schumann at PlayStation and I spoke with Major Nelson about microtransactions for a minute. And, it's funny. I grew up in an era where we would go to the arcade and plug 25 cents or 50 cents in some cases into video games over and over and over and over again, paying $5, $10 to play Gauntlet, to hit that continue button, to play more Street Fighter, to challenge each other, quarter after quarter after quarter after quarter. So I'm not a stranger to pay per play. I'm not a stranger to microtransactions. I'm not a stranger to pay to win, to be entirely honest with you. But at the end of the day, I did not pay $60 up front to have access to that Pac-Man machine. I didn't pay $60 up front to have access to a copy of Street Fighter. So at the end of the day, I cannot bring myself to be comfortable spending that kind of money on a game I've already paid for. If Forza 5 was free, if Gran Turismo was free, I wouldn't give a shit. Okay? You can charge me however much you want for whatever you want if that game is free. Or even if it's a $20 price tag, charge me that and I am absolutely okay with it. But when it comes down to paying retail for a game, microtransactions for me are a major turnoff if they're in the game. And that's funny because I spent money on Candy Crush. I've only spent like $6 on Candy Crush. But overall, fairly frustrating. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is I wanted to talk to you about the Xbox One, and I wanted to talk to you about the PlayStation 4. Now I'm going to go ahead and write out here. I'm going to tell me which system you own, if either. If you have a PlayStation 4 or you have an Xbox One, I'd like to hear which one you have, and type it into the chat below. And while I wait for those answers to come in, I want to tell you that I have been playing PC, obviously, quite a bit. I've been playing a tremendous amount of PlayStation 4, and I've been enjoying Dead Rising on my Xbox. And wow, it does look like PlayStation 4 is definitely winning here in this chat room. Xbox looks like it's at about 20 or 30%. PlayStation is definitely knocking it out. PC seems to be popular answers too. But obviously, Twitch is primarily a PC format right now. Not a lot of apps, and that's it's interesting. So if you have one, we're going to do a straw poll. Let's go ahead and do a straw poll, as someone suggested. I'm going to set that up here real quick. And I'd like to know how you're enjoying your Xbox or how you're enjoying your PlayStation. Which one? Let's see. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, other. All right. Well, I put other in there, so you can vote if you really want to. And you don't have to vote for either one of the two consoles, but I would like to see. And here is the straw poll going into the chat right now. I'd love to see the results. But overall, for those of you who do own a console, I'd like to hear, do you find the experience satisfying? Are you happy with the current version of your system? Or are you happy with the version that they have pushed out for launch? Are you happy with the games that you played? Killzone is the shit. Yes, it's a very, very good game. I'm enjoying it quite a lot. I enjoyed it when I got a chance to play it. I haven't played it since I've got it home, unfortunately. But I did play quite a bit of it at the PlayStation 4 launch. Wow, that straw poll result is very surprising, and I can't wait to talk about it. That is absolutely phenomenal. Well, looks like, we'll give it another minute to vote. So, PlayStation 4 and Xbox have a problem that I am not currently enjoying, and that's something I wanted to make you all very aware of. Number one, we don't have media streaming on either console right now, and it's pretty frustrating. As you guys know, I create my own YouTube videos at home, and of course I download some things off the internet, and I really, really, really would like to be able to stream the things that I download, or the videos I create, directly to my two new devices. And neither one of them are allowing for that. I'd also like to be able to use my MP3 files. How do you see the poll? I'm going to post the link again. Just simply click that link. And after you vote, you'll be able to see the results. Well, quite unfortunately for me, there's a lot of things. When it comes to music in particular, the Xbox does allow you to play MP3s, but I have yet to do that. What I would really like to have on there is Spotify. What I'd really like to have on there is something other than Xbox Music. And I have enjoyed Xbox Music, and I have not tried Music Unlimited yet, but I hear it's very good. But that is quite frustratingly. I just really feel like there's a lot of places to go with the new consoles. I really feel there's a lot of things that need to be added, a lot of things that need to be fixed, and a lot of things that need to be addressed. So, one of the biggest questions that I have gotten on Twitter is, should I buy a PlayStation 4? Should I buy an Xbox? Whichever one you're interested in. And I will just flat out say, and as much as it's going to upset a few other people, I absolutely think you should invest in a PlayStation 4 above an Xbox One for a variety of reasons. The first of which absolutely is price. The second is most of us are gamers, so we're looking for a gaming device. Thirdly, you should look into an Xbox if you're into the Kinect features and if you're into the live TV features. Then it definitely has some bonus stuff. But if you look at the latest IGN video showing the differences, the graphical differences between different versions of the games for the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, the best the best graphical experience is absolutely held on the PlayStation. Absolutely. Hey, we just got a new subscriber, Trisket. Trisket, I thought you were already a subscriber. Well, either way, Trisket, welcome to the sub club, Eat Fresh. Thank you very much for subscribing to me. And just as you guys know, if you subscribe to me here on Twitch, for only $5 a month, you can support what we're doing here. Certainly don't have to. The easiest way to support me is to view my videos on YouTube. That's where I really, really like for it to be. Somebody in the chat said PC is better. And that is a misconception. I am willing to absolutely say right here, right now, that is a misconception. Boy, we're getting in some trouble over this one too. Okay. All right. Obviously, I have two high-end PCs in my house, and they are phenomenal. And I use them for a workstation, and I use them to do pretty much everything I want them to do and check email, and I'm using one to stream right now. And when I stream games, I do like to use my PC. And I absolutely love my PC in my studio, and I absolutely love my PC in my bedroom. Do I want a PC hooked up to my TV? I really don't. And the reality of it is, I kind of like, hey, by the way, Quad Bane, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the sub club, Eat Fresh. I kind of like the fact that these boxes are a little limited in what they do, and I like the fact that they're designed to put out to my 55-inch television, and I love the exclusive games. The exclusive games that I have played so far, whether it be Dead Rising 3 on my Xbox, or Resogun and Knack on my PS4, they have been phenomenal, and you're not going to find these games on PC. You're simply not. And the truth of the matter is, the third-party people are supporting consoles first. They absolutely are supporting consoles first. And I think everyone in the country should have a PC. And I think everyone in the country should use their PC for 90% of their gaming. I believe that to be absolutely true. However, I believe that you should also have a PlayStation 4. And to a lesser extent, I think you should have a 3DS. And the reason I think this is because there are a lot of experiences on the 3DS and a lot of experiences on the PlayStation 4, and to a lesser extent, a lot of experiences on the Xbox One that you cannot have any other way, and you will not have on PC. You will not play Halo, the new Halo, which is just now pre-ordering right now on PC. You will not play Infamous Second Son on PC. You will not play the next Little Big Planet on PC. You will not play Mario 3D World on PC. And those experiences are worth it. Absolutely worth it. And if you ever doubted whether or not you should have a PC, by the way, we have 2 new subscribers. Boy, I hate to focus just on subscribers right now, but I don't want anybody to subscribe and not get welcomed. Barnacles, welcome very much, brother. Welcome to the sub club. And who else? Carcatum, welcome to the sub club. Eat Fresh. Truly appreciate you guys hitting that subscribe button and supporting me here. But to feel no pressure to subscribe here, please feel free to just check out my YouTube channel whenever you have the opportunity. We're going to have to do slow mode soon. And Perm joined also. Perm, welcome to the sub club, brother. Wow, a lot of new subs tonight. That's awesome. Oh, Fallout 4. Boy, let's talk about Fallout 4 now. My good friend and roommate of the past 20 years very rarely gets excited about a game. He's not a very excitable person, but he is definitely looking forward to Fallout 4, as I think we all are. If you are unfamiliar with the Fallout series, I highly recommend you start with 3, because it certainly was one of the best game of the entire series. Clearly, Fallout New Vegas was phenomenal as well. You could start with New Vegas if you want, but I think you should play both of those games, pick them up at some inexpensive time, and Fallout 4 will be one of the best games of your life. I truly, truly believe it. Think Skyrim and a wasteland. Fallout 4 hopefully will take advantage of the next generation of graphics and hopefully be really highly optimized for PC, and it's something I'm truly, truly looking forward to. I cannot. Now, is it confirmed whether or not it's Fallout 4? No, there is no confirmation that I'm currently aware of, that there may be that I've missed, but man, I cannot wait. Uncharted 4, of course, obviously, is a game that I personally have not got a chance to play the Uncharted series yet. I own all 3 games, and I have the game for my Vita as well, but it's a matter of finding time to play all of these games as much as I would like. And when it comes to a game like that, it's not a newer game that I need to be talking about, so it's something I can't justify setting time work period for, but I hear they're phenomenal. And I certainly hope that I get an opportunity to play them. Ah, yum. Gotta love me that water. Elder Scrolls Online is a topic that we are generally, I'm often asked about. Elder Scrolls Online, I am interested in finding out whether or not they did it right. And if they did it right, then I'm interested in playing it. It'll probably be the game that I live stream for quite some time in the near future here on Twitch. And the reason I'm looking forward to it is obvious, but I'm very concerned that it's not going to be a good game. I'm very concerned that the late game is not going to be very good. The word that I got from the beta so far is that it was meh, but I've not been able to see a lot of details, unfortunately, and I did not get into the beta myself. Well, I did get a key, but I didn't get an opportunity to play it. My big concern is, of course, that Elder Scrolls Online has 3 payment structures. They have a monthly subscription fee, they have a box fee, and then they have an in-game store. And I really think at the very most you should be picking 2 of the 3. If it were free to play with an online store, well, that can be concerning. If it were a $60 box price, but free to play after that, that'd be a little better, and you could have your in-game store. But if you're gonna have a $60 box price and a subscription, you better not be trying to sell me anything else like that. It's very difficult, since World of Warcraft and EverQuest, it's very difficult to get me to invest that kind of money into those games because I don't have the time to play them that I would like. Now, I'm definitely going to look at Elder Scrolls Online. I'm definitely going to give it a shot. Hopefully, I'll be able to review it before it comes out. Maybe they'll let me get a review copy. Maybe they won't. I don't know. But holy crap, that is a lot of money to play a game. Of course, you can't talk about Jezebel. Geeseballs, that's it. Geeseballs just subscribed. Welcome, Geeseballs. Thank you very much for your subscription. Welcome to the sub club. Eat fresh. EverQuest Next is certainly a game that I'm looking forward to, and you can't talk about modern MMOs without talking about EverQuest Next. And, of course, my little love affair with Sony, it's difficult to not talk about it. But those of you who don't know this about me, I played EverQuest for 4 years on a daily basis for 8 to 12 hours a day. We raided all the way from the vanilla build through Ruins of Kunark all the way up to Lost Dungeons and Norath. We raided and raided and raided and raided and raided. I don't know how many years that it took up, but man, I played that game forever. And it's one of the funniest parts about it is I really credit that game for saving my life during my lowest points and my worst depression. I found that I was able to really save my sanity by playing EverQuest. And the people that I met, the people that I hung out with, were phenomenal people. The guild that I was in was phenomenal, and I remember those people with nothing but love and kindness. And one of the things that people don't, one of the stories I like to tell about that period of time in my life, I got in good with the people who made the game, the developers, Paul Carrico, Jason Mash, God, I'm forgetting so many names, Scott Hartzman. I'm sure I'm going to leave out some really important people, but I got to know these people through the test server, and I was able to actually even help out with the beta testing of the new expansions and even help them design some of the encounters in the late end of the game. So EverQuest was just phenomenal for me. Eventually, though, I felt that I had to quit, and I got out of it for about a year, and then I got invited to the beta of World of Warcraft. So there went another 3.5, 4 years of my life. So I'm kind of afraid to get involved into. I'm kind of afraid to get involved into another MMO. I just know the way that they can absolutely destroy my life. And I have a lot of things that I want to do. I want to work. I want to concentrate on my job. I want to do this for a living. I want to live stream. I want to hang out with my wife. I want to have a life outside of a video game. So at the end of the day, the games that appeal to me are the short little games like Resogun, or I'm playing stupid Mario Party on my 3DS right now, things you can hop right in and then hop right back out of. Something you can play on the toilet. That's pretty much my requirement these days for video games. It's got to be something I can play on the toilet. And thanks to the PlayStation 4 and the way it pairs the Vita, I can pretty much play any game on the crapper. So that should be their new tagline too. By the way, it should be Sony presents the Vita. Play Assassin's Creed while shitting. PlayStation. That's right. We're playing Battlefield 4 while I dump. Yep. I have not played Flower yet, but it's something I do want to play very soon. Boogie has a night show. Yes, I do. Well, I'm never going to be Conan O'Brien, so we're doing this for about an hour. I'm going to try to target most Wednesday nights. So, all right. Well, we're going to slow everything down a little bit, and we're gonna make the room subscriber only for the next about 5 to 10 minutes, and we're going to answer as many different questions as we can from subscribers only. So here we go. Boop. Oh, if I can remember how to do that. I can't remember how to do that. Oh, that reminds me. Let's go back to our straw poll. Da-da-da-da-da. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I asked you, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or other. And you answered on my straw poll. And here are the results. Number 1, PlayStation 4. Took 46% of the votes. 46% of the people in this room that chose to vote own a PlayStation 4. That is awesome. Absolutely awesome. That's 125 out of 274 people that voted. Second place came in other. I presume that means PC, Wii U, Game Gear, I don't know, Atari Lynx, I don't know what you've got, but apparently, I imagine most of those people are going to be PC, but maybe you're just really dedicated to Wii U. 105 votes, 38% own something that's not a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One, and currently in our channel, 44 owners of Xbox Ones, 274 total votes, giving us a total of 16%. And I'm going to be entirely honest with you, I don't think that is fair for Xbox One because they have sold millions of units. And the Xbox One is a decent console. I can see why the PlayStation 4 would be more popular for a variety of reasons. But I believe that PlayStation 4 fans tend to be attracted to me, and why I'm attracted to you guys. We're best friends. There's nothing wrong with an Xbox One, but I understand it's not as popular as the PlayStation 4, and that's okay. All right, so 1 second. And we will... There we go. All right, for the next 5 to 10 minutes, we're going to do subscribers only mode, then we'll go into slow mode. And we're going to answer our subscribers' questions. Boogie, what do I think about the new World of Warcraft expansion? Well, it's difficult for me to give a crap. One of my friends was describing the new World of Warcraft expansion to me the other day, and it made me absolutely shocked that this could even be what happened. Do they save Garrosh right at the end of the expansion, and then they go back in time, like with fucking Marty McFly, and they like try? I don't even understand. What kind of expansion? What? You know, I can't even. I don't know. I'm willing to give it a shot the same way I gave Pandora a shot, but if it doesn't speak to me, it doesn't speak to me, and I don't think it's going to speak to me. So, what do you do? Am I excited for the new Star Wars Battlefront coming out in the near future? Absolutely. I've never played the series. I've seen Let's Plays of the series, and I've seen other people play it, and I think it looks absolutely phenomenal. It's a game that I'm very eager to see, and I'm eager to see, I forget who's making it. I know EA, maybe at one point they were talking about it. There's a chance they'll get it right. There's a chance they won't if it's EA. You never know. Your rifle has run out of bullets for $2.99. You can get more bullets. Would you like a rifle that shoots blue bullets? By the way, I'm not going to be able to answer every subscriber. There's just way too many questions coming in. We're going to do this for another 4 minutes for the record. Barnacles wants to know if I remember who he is. Also, in case you didn't know, I'm a Microsoft employee. I've been a developer for 15 years with Barnacles. Barnacles, I'm sorry I don't immediately recognize you, but I welcome you to the stream, and I'm glad that you're here. And hope you guys know that I love Microsoft to a lesser extent than I do Sony, but I do love you guys. Do I see a different console such as the Ouya winning the console wars? I don't think the Wii U or the Ouya has a chance, and I've been seeing Ouyas on clearance shelves at this point. They're just practically trying to give them away. Jordan wants to know if I have played Tearaway. I have not yet. I haven't been able to find a copy locally. It seems to either not get ordered by the local Walmarts or has been sold out, and I haven't been to GameStop in a couple of weeks. It's definitely a game that I want to play, and it's a game that I'll probably, hopefully get for Christmas. It's on my Christmas wish list. Will I add you on PS4? I believe my PS4 list is now full of 2,000 people, so you'll have to wait until they add more. And I don't really have enough time to play with anybody anyway, so you're not missing out on much. Diligent wants to know, how long have I been streaming on Twitch for? Well, several months. But tonight about 30 minutes. What's your friend code? I need more people for Pokemon X Friend Safari. I've not been given that out, unfortunately. I haven't played Pokemon in a while anyway, unfortunately. Have I considered a play with fans nights? Yes, I have, and it's something I absolutely want to do. I have done play with subs nights as well, and that's been a lot of fun too. Will I be your friend, says Bothead? Yeah, we're practically best friends already. Let's see. Boogie, with the PS4 consoles being in such high demand, would you recommend someone buying the bundles just to get the PS4? It really depends on the bundle, and it really depends on whether or not you like the game. It also depends on how much they're overcharging for the bundle. The bundle that I would recommend you wait for and try to acquire will be out sometime in December before Christmas, and it's the bundle that's bundled with the Vita and several games, and I believe in the United States it's supposed to retail for either $550 or $600, but a PlayStation 4 plus a Vita is about all the entertainment a human will ever need in life. And it is absolutely phenomenal the way they work together. I believe it comes with either a coupon for tearaway, like a digital code, or a physical copy of it. It may not. I know it comes with several PS4 games. Just so good. Get the Vita bundle. Don't get one of these crappy Best Buy bundles where they're charging you $700 just to have access to one. Get the Vita bundle when it's available. Ticket says, what? I thought you despised GameStop. I stopped buying everything from like old GameStop because of your video. Tickets, I don't hate GameStop, and I don't hate the people that work for GameStop. What I hate is the way that they profiteer off of used games. And because of the way they profiteer off of used games, I very rarely go into GameStop. Now, if I need a copy of a new game, GameStop does not make a lot of money off of the sales of a new game. So I will go into there to purchase either a brand new copy of a game or to purchase an accessory that I need. Otherwise, I just don't really go into GameStop. I don't want to ever sell them a used game, and I don't ever want to buy a used game from them. And I hope that you don't do the same. There's nothing wrong with the store itself, but that's what... Upset Cat has just joined the sub club. Thank you very much, Upset Cat. And Ty CFF has just joined. It's the strangest thing I've heard in a while. Just subbed to say, burn like ice. I don't know what that means, but thank you. What's the best way to get into an MMO? I can never seem to get addicted. I can't seem to get addicted to them anymore. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to slow things down and get to slow mode. And we're going to get back to letting everybody talk. Thank you very much for your patience. For letting me do 5 minutes of subscriber only. I just wanted to let those guys feel special for a minute. And I apologize severely for those people who did not get their questions answers. So, there we go. Everyone has a voice. Welcome back. I'll warn you that we are in slow mode, just to keep things a little more manageable. How is Mario Party 3DS? Well, the 3DS version is called... Oh, what is it called? Island Adventure, right? I currently have Street Pass software. So Island Adventure, and it's about what I expected. The mini games are fun. They're a lot of fun to play. It's not a $40 title. If you're obsessed with Mario Party and if you're obsessed with the minigames, it's pretty good. And it does take advantage of some of the minigames do take advantage of the 3DS hardware. I would have much rather they had made a Wii U version, but I understand they're not going to sell a fraction of the numbers. And Wii U Party was pretty good, so it's hard to get butthurt about it. But overall, it's lackluster. You're better off spending your money on something like the new Zelda title, which is phenomenal. Everyone I know has played it, except me. I have not had time to play it. Am I playing a game tonight? Well, maybe after we wrap all this up. Boogie, would you prefer for your 3DS, physical or digital? Well, that is a sore spot for me. I hope someone from Nintendo is in the chat tonight. I don't think there is, but I hope one sees it. I cannot believe that it's 2013 and I am not able to create an account for my Wii U and for my 3DS and have my games tied to that account so that when I log into one of those devices, Wii U or 3DS, any game that I have purchased is there. And so I made the mistake, and I feel like it's a huge mistake, to have purchased a couple of digital games for this 3DS. But it's only a matter of time until this 3DS breaks. And they make it a huge pain in the ass to transfer games from one 3DS to another. I also can't have multiple games on multiple 3DSs, which is the only reason I haven't purchased a second 3DS for a household. I'd love to be able to have an account-based system so that I can have games on multiple 3DSs, on a multiple different systems, and know that if I ever have to sell my Wii U and buy another one, or if I ever break my 3DS or lose it, I'll have the opportunity to be able to transfer my games from system to system. And I don't want to send it in for warranty. I don't want to have them repair it for me. I don't want them to do the I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So Nintendo, until you get your shit together, I'm always going to be buying physical copies of your games. Even though I find it particularly frustrating, because with my Vita, I have not bought a physical game yet. Even though they have memory issues, and even though they have the proprietary memory, and even though I have 32 gig of memory, I would always rather to buy my games digitally. I would almost, if I think it's a game that I want to keep, and I can get it at a slight discount. And that, by the way, that's something else. And I was going to save this for the end of the show because I have a call of action here. But I'm going to say it right here, right now. 653 people listening. Who here prefers digital? We're going to do another straw poll. I want to know if you'd rather have digital or physical. You acquire a new game. Okay. I'm throwing in a third stupid option there, so please don't go for the third stupid option, but just trying to make you laugh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, when you acquire a new game in this generation, would you rather have it digital or would you rather have it physical? Boom, boom, boom. I'm curious about that answer. Boo. I personally prefer, well, we'll see. We'll see. I personally prefer digital for a variety of reasons. The problem is there's no argument to make me want to buy new games on a console digitally. Now, Steam makes a wonderful argument for buying games digitally for PC. That's why every game I purchase is through Steam. Sorry, Uplay, and sorry, Origin. I only want to get my games through Steam. One account, they're the first there. I think Origin's an okay service. It's not a bad service. And it's certainly a competitor with Steam. The reality of it is you just have to give me value. You have to give me enough value that I would rather use Origin over Steam. As it is right now, all my games are on Steam. That's going to be the one that I want to carry into the next 20 years if I can. So at the end of the day, Steam gives me the advantage of discounts. Lower prices, better discounts, better selection of games, lots of indie games, lots of cheap prices, green light, all that stuff, man. Steam makes it amazing. The consoles do nothing. And it's interesting, looking at the straw poll, we have 308 votes. 47% of my viewers in this channel right now said that they would rather have a digital copy of a game tied to an account they own. So, with that said, Microsoft, with that said, PlayStation, if over half of us want to have copies digitally owned, if we're not all buying digital, why is that? Because there's no value to be had in buying digitally. And this is something that I really want to explain to you guys, and I really want you guys to fully understand, so that we can hopefully put a little pressure on these companies. Now, I don't want to betray anybody's trust. But I talked to both representatives at PlayStation and representatives at Xbox, and I encouraged them to give us discounts on digital copies of the games. Microsoft decided for some bizarre reason to go the opposite route, and in many cases in several countries across the world, the digital copy of the game is actually more expensive than the physical copy, which is completely nonsensical and completely illogical. I have no earthly clue how that happened. I don't know if PlayStation is guilty of that. I've only heard of it happening on Xbox. But that seems to be the case. Okay. They have told me, and this is no-brainer, this is marketing 101, I have been told that the reason they do not want to push people towards digital, or the reason I said it was over half is because we also had 8% of people say neither. So that's crazy talk. I guess there's some non-gamers in here. But yes, 49% said 157 votes out of 321. Anyway, back to the point. They said they do not want to upset, and it looks like PlayStation at Jordan 23-140 informs me that it's Battlefield 4 is $68 to $99 in Australia, or $109 on the PS4 from the PlayStation Network, which is mind-boggling to me. I do not even have a basic understanding of why that happens, but that said, they have told me that they need the showroom. They need presence at GameStop. They need presence at Walmart. They need presence at Best Buy. They need those people to give the showroom effect for them. They need, when you walk into Best Buy, you need to see PlayStation posters. You need to see PlayStation games. You need to see Xbox games, because that is how the industry works. And they do not want to do anything that will upset the retailers. The retailers are extremely important. I say that we can live in a world in which digital offers value over retail, because the value in retail is the ability to buy, trade, and sell your games. So if a physical copy gives you the advantage of being able to buy, trade, and sell, a digital copy has to have an advantage. A digital copy has to have an advantage. What could that advantage be? Well, I'm willing to accept that they'll give me bonus DLC or bonus microtransaction bucks or whatever gimmicky bullshit that they can come up with. I will accept that. And as long as it's $59.99 at Walmart or $59.99 on Xbox Store or PlayStation Store, I'm okay with that if I'm getting some sort of bonus for buying it digitally. The bonus I would prefer to have, and this is the bonus that I would hope for you all to ask for, is for the game to be $5 or $10 cheaper. Even $5 cheaper. If it was $55, on PlayStation Network or Xbox One, that would be enough to make me want to do it. Absolutely. Now, Ubisoft, if you're unaware of this, Ubisoft's Steam games, digital games, and its games on PlayStation have all had a discount up till, I believe, Assassin's Creed 4. Far Cry 3 was $49.99, whereas the physical copy and non-PC version was $60. If you wanted the physical copy or a store, one of those copies from anywhere else, it was $60. $50 on Uplay, $50 on Steam. And it's true of a lot of Ubisoft titles. I think that is the way to go. They have proven that the system will work, and Walmart did not get upset. GameStop did not get upset that I'm aware of. Now, I understand Assassin's Creed 4 did sell for $59.99 on Steam. I don't know. I didn't buy it because I got a copy for PlayStation 4 instead. But that said, it's really frustrating. And just like Nuke Pistol says, there's always going to be an advantage of the physical copy in that you can go get it today. You don't have to wait to download it. You don't have to wait. You can literally just go get a physical copy of it. And there's something nice. There's something nice about holding it in your hand. There's something nice about having it and putting it on a shelf. And I love collector's editions too, by the way. And I love to get the collector's edition statues. I love to get all the cool different collector's edition stuff. I mean, hell, if you look right here behind me on the bed, you'll see my boxed up Borderlands 2 loot crate. Right there. Do you see it? Yeah, that thing is awesome. So, I mean, I like collectibles, and I know you guys like collectibles too. So, I will always prefer to get the physical version if that's a possibility. One of the things that I would like to see, the Xbox One did have that chip system where they were going to put chips on a disc, and then you would install the game on your hard drive, and then it would copy the chip or whatever, and then that physical copy would then become a digital copy for your account. I would love to have that option, even if it cost me $5 more to deactivate that disc and then have it in digital version. So if I ever decide that this game is good enough for me to keep, then you can deactivate that physical copy. It might, make it less likely you can loan it out. I could see where it'd be very complicated, so on and so forth, but it would be a pretty cool idea. Whew, man. It is hard to talk for an hour straight. This is the real reason, by the way. I think so many of these types of podcasts and shows tend to have somebody else in the channel, and I promise you one day we will try to have somebody else in our channel at some point. Boogie, do I think our investments in Steam are protected? I believe Valve once said that if they were ever to go under, they would give you a period of time where you could download a copy of your game and keep it. And then it would not need to go through Steam in order to qualify. So that said, I believe they're good with their words. Do I think Valve is going out of business anytime in the next 5 to 10 years? Certainly not. I guess if the Steam box is a huge flop and they've invested a lot of money into it, maybe. But I don't think the Steam box will be a flop, and I don't think they invested that much into it. So we'll just have to wait and see. I think Gabe knows what he's doing over there, and I trust him to keep the company afloat. So we'll have to see. Try doing it for 24 hours straight. Shady Stream says, I couldn't talk like this for 24 hours straight. I could probably play a game for 24 hours straight where you get an opportunity to breathe. Breathing is hard. Zeries25 says all they have to do is release Half-Life 3. Yep. And they'll make enough money off of that just to stay open for another 20, 30,000 years. Someone says Gavin is our Lord and Savior. He knows what's best for us. I believe that he does. He's a wonderful, wonderful person. All right. Aberdeen says, how about Starbound being the bestseller on Steam the first day the beta was released? Crazy, right? I did not know. In fact, watch this. Ladies and gentlemen, right here on live stream, I'm going to go buy Starbound because I did not realize it was now on Steam already. So, buying copies of games. And boom. And we are buying Starbound. I can't wait to play it. And maybe we'll live stream it later tonight. I'm getting Starbound. And of course, Starbound is currently in beta. For those of you who don't know what Starbound is, purchased. Boop, just like that. Installing my game. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Starbound, I highly recommend you check out Total Biscuits and Jesse Cox's series in which they play Starbound. They'll give you a great idea of what the game is like. And of course, you can find that at youtube.com/TotalBiscuit. That said, if you've played Terraria, you've practically played Starbound. Starbound is Terraria in space. It's basically Terraria. Well, anyway, hopefully you guys will be able to watch me play it later tonight or sometime soon. Blacklight Retribution is available for PS4 today, isn't it? Is it, Hooker? I didn't know. If it is, that's something else I need to go download. Barnacles mentions that bandwidth is an issue when it comes to digital games, and especially in Australia. I believe you guys are still having issues paying per gig or something to that effect. Here in the United States, we are dealing with these stupid data caps. It's so fucking stupid. And this is one of the reasons I argued so much against them going digital only, and I was especially afraid of it with Xbox. And I talked to Larry about it when he was here, Major Nelson, and we're just not, American internet is just not ready for digital only. It's not something the American infrastructure can currently stand. Maybe if Google Fiber gets everywhere, maybe if Google Fiber encourages everyone to go into gigabit pipelines, but if they don't, it's bullshit. And I cannot believe that I'm currently paying $99 a month for 400 gig worth of transfer, and I can chew through live streaming and YouTube uploads and game downloads. I can chew through 400 gigs within the first 20 or 15 days of a month, leaving me over my gig. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. And that is the best that Cox Communications has to offer. So when Northwest Arkansas ever gets the opportunity to have a gigabit line, gigabit pipe, I'm going for it in a heartbeat. Absolutely. And Google Fiber, I'm begging you. I am begging you to come into this area. I will get out there and I will dig the pipeline myself if I have to. I do not care. I'll move to wherever you need me to move. We thought about moving to Kansas City at this point. So, but as we know, cable companies basically have created a monopoly in the United States, or an oligopoly, I believe is what it's called. We're at an opportunity now that the cable companies do not allow for any competition. The only competition in my area is AT&T's Uverse, and Uverse is actually more expensive for less bandwidth and a lower data cap. Fuck you. Like, I actually can't believe that's our life. All right. What do you do? And then, of course, that's one of the reasons the Xbox is not selling as well outside of the United States. Now, if you guys don't know, Xbox dominated Black Friday here in the United States. It did not. It certainly has not. I certainly do not believe that it has sold as many copies as the PlayStation does in the United States, but maybe it has. I don't know for sure. But I would say it's probably close to the same in the United States. The Xbox sold like hotcakes on Black Friday. And that's because it's a very good box for here in the United States. Outside of the United States, it's really, really not that great. A lot of the TV features don't work, and at the end of the day, when you're dealing with bandwidth, you don't really want that console over the other one. I think internet is just not ready outside of the United States. And that's something even Major Nelson was willing to admit, that they could not go digital only if they expected to sell the box globally. Well, let's see what other goodies we have in the chat here. Cox over here is unlimited for $60 a month for 50. Where do you live, Felony 420 Gaming? 420. NeoQs says the TV features do not work in Canada for the Xbox One. Well, that's crazy. Xbox Sport. Well, my wife has used Xbox Fitness and does like it very much. So, Barnacules says he has to get going. Glad to subscribe. Well, thank you very much for your subscription, brother. Thanks for coming in tonight. Bring your wife in on the streams. I will never in life bring my wife onto YouTube or the streams. And I really shouldn't be talking about that right now, but people are just too cruel. I don't want to give them the opportunity to be cruel to her. If they're going to be cruel, let them be cruel to me. And don't worry, they are. So, Boogie, have I been buying the Humble Bundles? No, I have not. I find other ways to donate to charity. I tend to own most of the games already from the Humble Bundles, but I end up making donations straight up each year. I used to buy the Humble Bundle and then give away the keys to my friends, but it looks like the Humble Bundle has now swapped over to just activating on Steam, which is a very legitimate way for them to do it. I don't blame them at all, but it's going to keep me from making as many donations, unfortunately, because I tend to own most of the games. The new bundle is very good, by the way, and if you're unfamiliar with Humble Bundle, you should Google it right now. Humble Bundle, get yourself a bunch of inexpensive games. Hooker6550 says Blacklight Retribution is up. Well, I guess we might want to start wrapping things up. Because I absolutely want to go play a little Blacklight. And I also really want to play, oh gosh, so many good games to play. I'll tell you something, for those of you who are out there watching, right now, if you are young, you have a wonderful life because you have the opportunity to play games. You have a good amount of time to play as many games as you like. You probably don't have the money to afford them, and that's frustrating, I know. But you should really enjoy the games that you've got. Because I'll tell you, once you reach early adulthood, you're going to have an instance where you don't have time or money to play the games. You just don't. And then once you get to where you're making a little bit of money in your 30s, you're going to be completely out of time for you to play games. That's my life right now. What is it? Suffering from success, right? Suffering from success. It's so hard having all these video games I can't play. For those of you who don't know, by the way, we do still have an extra Xbox One and an extra PlayStation 4, and we're trying to figure out the best way to do the most good with those devices. I originally wanted to do a channel giveaway, give it away to YouTube subscribers. The problem is there's enough haters on YouTube to where there's a real chance that whoever wins that device could be one of those people who log into their YouTube account every day just to call me a worthless, shitty, fat fuck. And even if that chance is only 1 in a million, I do not want to run the risk of that douchebag getting it. The other reason I don't want to do it that way is because there will be 1.3 million people who don't get it. Only one person will get something. And that doesn't seem right either. So then we thought about doing a Twitch stream one day, but again, it could easily be a Twitch guy coming in here. We thought about doing a charity auction as well, and I think charity auction is the way we're going to go. I think we're going to find the best way to auction them off. The PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, I'll sign them. I'll give whoever wins it a Skype call, a 10-minute Skype call, so we can sit and just say hello and talk for a little while. And then hopefully someone in the industry will go for it. And then I think we're going to donate the money either to water.org, which is one of my favorite charities, or to Child's Play Charity, which would be really great. I'd love to be able to I wish I could buy you all Xboxes. But we went ahead and bought the extra. I had those 2 pre-ordered. And the way me and my wife figured, we'd go ahead and pick up the pre-orders so that we could find a way to give them away to somebody who deserves them. And at the end of the day, easy come, easy go. I got a free PlayStation. I got a free PlayStation. I got a free Xbox One. So why not pay it forward? I don't deserve. Okay, this is gonna sound like I'm just full of shit. So I'm not. I guess maybe I won't say it, but. Someone says to check my donations. I forget my new PayPal login, unfortunately. Let me see if I can remember. Oh, I did remember it. Oh, no, I did not. See if that's it. Oh, that is it. Excellent. Well, checking the donations as requested. But, yeah, we figured easy come, easy go. I don't deserve... Hey, well, thank you very much for your donation, Sindri. And Stephen Fair, $10 from Stephen. Thank you very much. But I have reached a point where I don't really feel like I deserve any free shit. I really don't. Like, I'm earning enough money to where I'm fairly comfortable. We're able to pay our bills. I've been able to pay off a lot of my back debt. I've been able to pay off a lot of my medical bills. And I got a free PlayStation. I got a free Xbox. Why me? Because I have people who follow me and watch me on YouTube. That doesn't make any sense. I'm just some guy. Fuck that. So we went ahead and bought the PlayStation and the Xbox anyway, and we're going to give away that Xbox and PlayStation and pay it forward. And I got to tell you, when these companies send me new games, and when these companies send me stuff, I may not keep very much of it. In fact, a lot of it's going to the Salvation Army. Some of it's gone to Goodwill. Some of it's gone to children's hospitals. We're paying it forward as best we can because I don't need all this plastic shit, and I can afford the things I do need. And the reality of it is, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me that once you start getting a little bit of fame under your belt, once you start getting a little bit rich, and I'm not rich by any stretch of the imagination. If anything, we're lower middle class now. But I'm certainly, always people talked about people with 1 million YouTube subscribers are making millions of dollars. We're not going to make anything near $500,000 or $250,000 this year. But The more you have, the more they want to give you. And I want to pay it forward. So, and I know not Goodwill, so don't worry, we're not giving to the Goodwill. I don't even really like giving to the Salvation Army, honestly. Because I know Goodwill is a for-profit organization, and the Salvation Army has come out against homosexuals, and Boogie ain't down with that. Boogie ain't down with anti-homosexual bullcrap, unless you count eating a Chick-fil-A. And then I'm down with that about once a week. That chicken sandwich so good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We've been online for roughly 1 hour. I'm going to have to give my throat a bit of a rest. I think we covered all the things that we wanted to talk about. But before we go, I want to encourage you to make it known to every company in the world. Sony, Microsoft, everybody involved, Nintendo. If you are making games and you are selling digital copies, you want them to be cheaper. Encourage that. Push for it. Ask for it. Demand it. Let them know that you would like to see them go green. And I'll tell you this, and this is my biggest argument for it. I said this to Major Nelson when he was sitting on my living room couch, and I'll say it to you now. Right now, a game has to be printed on a plastic non-biodegradable disc, and then it is put in a plastic non-biodegradable box, and then put onto an airplane which burns fossil fuels, or put into a truck that burns fossil fuels, and then is shipped to your hometown so that you can drive your car, which is made of fossil fuel, runs off fossil fuels, to purchase that copy of the game and then plug it into your electronic device and waste electricity. That is not a green concept, but you can cut a large portion of that out. The boxing, the shipping can be cut out if you encourage digital. And not only do they save money by not hiring a printing company, not only do they save money by shipping that across the country, but they should pass those savings on to you or me. It's a no-brainer. It's a win, 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 win. All right, well, that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to wrap this sucker up. We're going to run some ads here, but I just want to say goodnight. This will get uploaded to YouTube, by the way. So if you heard a shout out tonight to your name, you'll be able to see it here. We're going to upload this to YouTube. I'm going to cut it right about here. Don't forget, you can follow me on youtube.com/boogie2988. You can follow me at twitch.tv/boogie2988. And if you ever want to know when I'm going live, subscribe to my Twitter at twitter.com/boogie2988. It's a great way to make sure you're always online when I'm online.
It's time.
All right.
Yahoo!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Boogie2988. This has been Boogie at Night.
Just so easy.
We may be back for some streaming in a little while.
Just so easy.
Maybe not. Who knows?
Just an old
Look at these.
bed.
Yeah, look at these. Subscribe to
Just an
these.
old bed.
Yep. Woohoo!
Just so easy.
I'll see ya. Play yourself some video games sometime soon. See ya.
Ooh, what's up?